everyone, and welcome to this edition of Jptv, bringing you the latest information about Jacksonville's parks, people, and places. I'm Pam Roman. We are starting today's show here in Main Street Park in downtown Jacksonville. For the second year, Main Street Park is home to Sculpture Walk, an outdoor gallery featuring artists from both Jacksonville and other parts of the country. Sculpture Walk is the brainchild of local artist Jenny Hager. Let's hear what she has to say about it.
We've been installing new sculptures in Main Street Park. It's the second round of Sculpture Walk Jacks, and we have 10 new artists in Main Street Park. The first day we installed 5 sculptures by crane. We had a long arm reach crane that drove around the park and literally lifted the pieces into the sky and dropped them onto the sculpture pads in the middle of the park. The second day is all about hand installation, so these sculptures are a little bit easier to lift. We have a crew of people and we're just going to unload them from the artist cars and trailers as they pull up, and then we'll carry them to the installation site and install them by hand. We had a committee put together of about 4 or 5 people who selected the artworks. We were thinking a lot about scale and color and diversity when we chose the works. We wanted some bright and colorful pieces. We wanted some pieces with rust patina, be stainless steel, aluminum, have lyrical lines versus big shapes. As you walk through the park, it's going to be like a self-guided tour with the QR codes. So you're going to be able to walk up to each sculpture, read the QR code, and get a brief video interview with the artists so you can hear a little bit about their work.
A group of professional athletes recently took on a unique challenge and gained a new perspective. Kelly Jordan has more.
It's more difficult than it looks, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
The guys out there, they're amazing. They're literally amazing athletes.
I need 2 guys in blue jerseys with my bandits guys here.
We are at the Cuba Hunter Gymnasium, which is part of the City of Jacksonville Parks and Recreation. We're very thankful to have the opportunity to use their facility. And we are here with the Jacksonville Axemen professional rugby team, as well as the University of North Florida rugby team, and the Brooks Rehabilitation Bandits, which is a wheelchair rugby team. We're competing against each other. The real value of a community event like this is awareness. So the able-bodied players from the Axemen as well as the UNF team get an appreciation for the athleticism involved with wheelchair sports, and also, very importantly, the abilities of people living with disability.
You know, you already have a lot of respect for these guys, but to come out here and experience it, from their side gives you far more, respect than you may have had previously, prior to coming in and trying it.
I think everybody that is able-bodied that is playing at wheelchair level tonight will end the evening with very, very, very sore shoulders, and tomorrow they'll be popping the Advil and the aspirin, because this is really a very competitive and very difficult sport.
After 2 minutes of being in the wheelchair, my arms are literally exhausted. And for them to be able to do this like on a constant basis, every day practicing and making it to like national competitions, literally it just goes to show how much hard work they put in on and off the court. They're amazing athletes.
And events like this really also give an opportunity for the development of lifelong friendships. So hopefully some of these folks will come out, support our program as volunteers, and enjoy some of our local tournaments as spectators as well. So hopefully it will just increase the bond between the able-bodied population in our community along with the population of individuals living with disabilities. Most people that have not had previous exposure think that individuals living with disabilities probably stay in their homes and don't go out and don't have a life. Everybody on the Bandits team has come here tonight on their own. They've driven, they've come from their jobs, they're here with their family, their friends, their children. And this gives everybody an opportunity to learn from each other and to see that we're really no different. We just have different abilities, different strengths, and different areas for improvement.
For more information on local adaptive sports programs, visit brooksadaptivesportsandrecreation.com. Well, this next group of local athletes are serving up some competition on a national court. Let's hear the story.
Game, set, match. If you're a tennis player, these are words you like to hear.
Good job.
For this team from the Southside Tennis Complex, these words will mark their competition in a national tournament this October. These ladies are competing in the United States Tennis Association League National Championships in California, October 16th through the 18th, the next step following a sectionals win in Daytona in August.
Our team is a USTA, United States Tennis Association 2-5 level team, which is the beginning level. In total, we have 9 ladies, but 7 that are going to nationals.
We qualified for the semifinals, and then we went on and we won the finals, and it was just so totally awesome.
It was really gratifying to note that the 2.5 level, 18 and over ladies span the ages from 18 to whatever age we have. And the fact that they are beginners and have this opportunity based on beating a team that was defending champion in the finals, it was extremely exciting and rewarding for them and all their hard work. So, I'm very happy about that.
Even though this team has only been together a short time, its members are more than teammates. They're a family.
We play well together. We are a team. We just really come together as kind of like a family, and it just works. We just work.
Coach knows us all very well, but he knows also that which players seem to work best play best with each other.
But yeah, I've worked with all of them in one capacity or other throughout the season or previous years. I think of the 7 that's going, 3 of them I started playing tennis.
Tennis is a sport that requires mental and physical balance, but good coaching is always a plus.
It's half physical and half mental. You have to be balanced in both areas in order, I think, to play a game and play it well.
So exciting. I almost feel like it's so surreal, I think, when it first happened that we actually won.
They're so happy to play well, and to now be called champions is ultimate, and it's a big deal. It's extremely gratifying to know in a public park that can compete against all other facilities, private and 501c3s, in the same light and become champions.
For more information on league play at the Southside Tennis Complex, visit jacksparks.com. For Jptv, I'm Kelly Jordan.
So if you saw a van like this rolling into your neighborhood, how would you react? Would it be anything like this?
We want the rock and roll band!
So this fall, Jack's Parks is offering the Rec and Roll program, which is an extension of the summertime Rec and Roll program that we've offered the last 2 summers. So what we've done for the fall is we've taken some of our really successful parks that were really good over the summertime and have expanded to a few other parks that are either really close to schools or are in other neighborhoods that we thought would be good options to really draw a good amount of youth. The program itself is really designed to engage the community, to bring not only the youth together, but also bring families together, because they are neighborhood-based programs. So the van is become an icon throughout the city. The uniqueness of it with the graffiti all over the van is something that draws some excitement. We really have taken steps to provide really unique supplies on the van. We have bubbles and hula hoops and jump ropes and a lot of different sports equipment. So we have a variety of things to provide and to offer the communities that we go to.
We're stocked full of all kinds of games, programs that we pretty much can do rainy or sunny activities.
Hey everybody!
I like the Rec and Roll band because we could like play when we can't really play at school. It gives me a break because all day I've been doing tests. We have been playing a lot of fun games like football, baseball, and A lot more.
We are offering the program at 15 different parks, 3 of which are parks that we had a community center open at that were recently closed. We're there from 2:45 in the afternoon until 6:15 in the evening, or until it gets dark, whichever comes sooner.
Ice cream, ice cream. Mariah.
We're in the fun business. We are recreation, and that's kind of first and foremost. That's our number one goal, is to be able to provide fun and to have really fun activities. But subsequent to that are improved physical fitness, some mentoring, relationship building, and just exposure to the parks. Getting out, and a lot of times people won't come if there's nothing to do. But when they see the van, it's kind of like the ice cream truck. That when the van comes up, there's something else going on at the park that maybe we should go check out.
For more information about Rec and Roll, visit online at jacksparks.com and select the link for After School. Still ahead on JPTV, Soaring Technologies land in one Jacksonville park. And later, a look at one of fall's fanciful flights. Stay with us.
Bring out the action hero in you. Fuel up right and get energized. Be part of the greatest action movie ever. The first movie that puts you in the action. Show us how you train and eat like an action hero. Join in at actionheroalliance.com.
Welcome back to JPTV. We've moved to Ready Point Preserve, where our own Kelly Jordan and local kayak outfitter John Pemberton launch our next story.
Hi, I'm John Pemberton, lead guide with Up the Creek Kayaks in St. Mary's, Georgia. We're here in Jacksonville on the St. Johns River at Ready Point. Ready Point is one of the unknown and unfound places for you to kayak, take a walk, have a good time in Jacksonville. And we're within 3 miles of downtown. And when you go kayaking, don't forget PFD, wear your safety vest. Go with a guide that knows what they're doing and can help you paddle better and rescue you in case something does happen. And don't forget your float plan. When you go kayaking, you want to leave a float plan so people know when you're leaving and when you expect to be back. At the boat ramp here, it's a kayak boat ramp, and you can put in under the pier, but I would recommend following the kayak sign and put in your kayak here. You can back your car down, take your kayak off, unload, and get your things ready here on the beach. So once we put in, push off from the sand, and you can either go right or left. If you go left towards town, or you can go right around the bend and keep on going as far as you want until you hit other parks. This is a beautiful place to kayak. And when you kayak here, be aware of the boats that are out here. There are a lot of large barges, towboats, and large fishing boats coming by beyond the no wake zone that you're in. One thing you have to remember about these boats is that the wake and the swells will come up long after the boats have passed you by because the river is so wide. From your kayak, you can take a leisurely kayak around. Perhaps you'll see dolphin, you'll see fishermen in other kayaks, and you'll also be able to see downtown, to the skyline of downtown Jacksonville, across to the west side, and you can see down to the east, you can see the Dames Point Bridge. Here the tide can run quite fast. So what you want to do is make sure you know when the tides are coming up and when down. Staying close to the shore, the paddle here is quite nice, and it's good for people of intermediate and beginning circumstances. Around you, this is Florida in almost a pristine condition. When you come out here, you'll see different trees, you'll see the cedars, the palms that have grown naturally, the way they naturally should grow. And out here you'll see the dolphin, you'll see fish close by. So many things you can see and be so close to town.
For more of our Kayak Jacksonville series, visit our YouTube channel at Friends of Jacks Parks. Well, if drones are on your next gift list, a visit to Lanny Road Park and the Gateway RC Club may be in order. Kelly Jordan has the story.
These are not your average toy airplanes, and you won't find them in your backyard, but you will find them at Lanny Road Park on Jacksonville's north side. Here you will find the Gateway RC Club and a selection of aircraft that is as diverse as the pilots who fly them. The goals of the club are to be open to the community, to foster a love of aviation, and to educate others about the sport.
Well, you're getting a torque from these, and then you got this one not slowing down as much.
That commitment is what motivated them to host a class about drones, and as Club Vice President Steve Arrington says, it is not only a safety issue, but a legal one as well.
Drones have been in the news, and not necessarily in the good way. There have been some good stories, of course, but like anything, it's probably the fastest growing part of the hobby. People are buying them. They've gotten relatively expensive. You can buy one for $100, $200 with a camera. And so there's a lot of people flying, and they're flying in a lot of different places. Some of those are all right, some are not. You fly over your neighbor's house, that's a privacy invasion. You can get into trouble with the law. People don't think that way. And so we want people to enjoy them. We want them to have fun, but we want them to do so responsibly for both them and their safety and for the safety of those around them.
Remote control aircraft have been around for years, and the FAA has recognized that. But with the drones being so prevalent in the public eye nowadays, there's a lot of sort of negative perceptions that are forming.
By coming out and learning the proper issues in terms of flight control, setup, and safety of not only your aircraft, but its operation in terms of people, and the rules and regulations in terms of safety, privacy, commercial versus recreation, then you can enjoy the hobby that benefits not only you, but the hobby in general. The beauty of this with the park is we've got a field that's set up specifically for flying. It's safe to fly.
After classroom instruction, participants got the chance to try their hands piloting a craft in a controlled and safe environment.
I was able to do it with someone there to help me, and that gave me some confidence, and plus it was a wide area to do it in, so I wasn't worried about smashing into my neighbor's car or doing that kind of thing. And plus it was just fun to be in the environment, or probably a better word would be just that atmosphere of fun and trying new things, and so I think that made it more exciting.
The drone class is only one aspect of the RC community at Gateway. These pilots are passionate about what they do and sharing their knowledge with others.
In this park environment, anybody can come here and fly if you've got an AMA membership license, which means you've got insurance. And even if you don't, you can come out and one of our members will take you up or help you with it, and you're learning on their license. So anyone can fly at this field. You don't have to be a member. We have people that come out and just watch us fly, and we love that. That's great for the park system, it's great for Jacksonville, and it's great for the radio control community as well.
Arrington says there will be more events to come at the airfield in the coming months. For more information about the Gateway RC Club, visit their website at gatewayrc.org. For Jptv, I'm Kelly Jordan.
Still ahead, following the trek of these baby turtles. And what do seniors and snakes have in common? The answer is coming up on Jptv.
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
Welcome back to Jptv. We're ending today's show here at Hanna Park. Along with Huguenot Park, Hanna is one of the 2 locations for Jack's Park Sea Turtle Program. Park naturalist Shelley Bevel tells us more about the initiative. And I have to warn you, some of the video is totally adorable. Enjoy.
The summer months are a busy time at Jacksonville's 2 oceanfront parks, but human activity is not the only activity you will encounter there. Sea turtles also call them home during their nesting season, and at Huguenot Park, it has been an especially busy season.
Turtle nesting season starts the 1st of May and it goes through October 31st. We have 3 species of turtle that typically use Hanna Park and Huguenot Park beaches: the loggerhead, the green, and the leatherback. And so they each have different time frames of nesting. So if you add all of those up, it takes us to October 31st.
Tracking the activity of the sea turtles during their long nesting season is a tough job.
What we do on the beach is we walk every day. Once May 1st starts, we start walking the beach every day, and we are looking for either signs of nesting, which would be sea turtle tracks and obvious digging for a nest, and then we'll mark those. And then as the season progresses, we also start looking for any evidence of emergence of the hatchlings. We also look for predation or any kind of signs of the nest being disturbed so that we can keep track of that.
Another important part of keeping track of turtles during their nesting season is reporting the findings to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission so they can track the population of turtles. This requires that a nest be opened to gather the important data.
When a turtle lays a nest, we typically will dig into that. That's called verifying the nest, and we just dig until we see evidence of an egg and we know that is a nest. We cover it back up, we mark it, and we protect where it is. So we want to make sure it's a nest and we protect it. It's not a false crawl, which is when a female comes up and she may do a U-turn, she may start digging and then change her mind. There's lots of reasons why, possible reasons why they could decide not to do it. So we don't mark the false crawls, we only mark the nests. And then it takes between 55 and 70 days for loggerheads and greens to incubate long enough for the hatchlings to go from egg to baby turtle. Once it hits day 55, we start checking for evidence of emergence out of the nest. Once we see an emergence, usually there's a big hole and you can see lots of baby turtle tracks, which is really cool. So once we see the emergence, then we wait at least 72 hours to make sure everything has hatched out of the nest, and then we do an inventory. And this is important because then we know how many eggs were laid, how many hatchlings emerged, and if there was any other problems in the nest. So we're getting counts of how many babies are actually making it to the water, because there are percentages of how many hatchlings it takes to make one turtle to adulthood. For instance, I believe loggerheads are 1 in 1,000 hatchlings make it to adulthood. So knowing how many hatchlings we have, helps us know how the species is doing overall.
Despite efforts, turtles' numbers still continue to decline. But as Shelley explains, it is still extremely important to resist the urge to interfere with the turtles during their trek to and from the ocean.
It's really important to remember, not just for hatchlings, but turtles in general. If you see a sea turtle on the beach, they're there for a reason. So you need to not disturb, she has a purpose. She's coming to lay eggs, so you need to let her do that. Something else to remember about hatchlings, assisting them from the nest to the water is not actually helping them. Hatchlings need to imprint on the beach. So walking on the beach is important because they need to make their way from the nest to the ocean so they can imprint on their home beach. These beachfront parks are very important to the public of Jacksonville. They provide not only a place for recreation and conservation, but it's a place for people to interact and see how important the beach is for other species. So this 2.5 miles of beach from Huguenot and Hanna Park are utilized every year by sea turtles. We have between approximately 25 to 50 nests on both of our beaches every year, which is a significant amount. That's easily 2 or 3 hatchlings to adulthood. So providing this space not only for the turtles, but for people to see that these beaches are important, not just for us, but for the animals, is key for conservation and also just an appreciation of what we've got here.
I think our park naturalists have some of the best jobs in the city. You just got to see how Shelley spends some of her days. Up next, park naturalist Jean Schubert shares one of the favorite parts of her job.
Hi, I'm Jean Schubert, Parks Natural Supervisor for the City of Jacksonville, and it's my pleasure to present environmental education programs for all of the citizens of Jacksonville, regardless of their age. But I have a warm spot in my heart for the elders of our town. One of the things I like about presenting environmental education program is especially for the senior citizens. A lot of them didn't get the chance when they were going in school for field trips or opportunities to go to the zoo with their family and such. And a lot of them are a little bit fearful, especially because we have a great population of citizens in Florida that have come from north of the Mason-Dixon line, and they are not aware of these animals that we have down here, and some of the insects can kind of freak you out. So it's good for them to have a chance to get to know what's here and how to be more comfortable about it and ask the questions that they want to ask.
And it was great being here with the kids. There are a lot of excited, and I was just as excited as they were. So it was a great opportunity to be able to touch the snake. I never touched one before, and learn different things to how to identify them. So I think it's a great program.
When you have a senior citizen that gets exposed to a topic you're teaching, that maybe never went in depth on that subject or never ever was exposed to it at all, they get such a brilliant warmth and glow about them when they say, wow, I know this. And it's lovely when you do a program and a person that's over 20 comes up to you and says, I lived all my life in Florida and never knew that.
We didn't go to the zoo when I was a kid in school. I don't remember the field trips. So it's a great opportunity for kids today to come. And these, the excitement and the beauty, it was just exciting today.
It's like I love being a lifelong learner because it gives me a chance to keep my brain going, keep active, keep that spark of curiosity, and keep that sense of wonder. And a lot of our senior citizens have learned how important that is. And they get such a sense of wonder and delight, an absolute delight, when they get exposed to something they didn't know. We want people to get out and enjoy the parks and make use of it. We are living in a beautiful area of the United States, one of the best places in Florida, great historical and cultural relations, and such a diversity of plant and wildlife. People need to be able to get outside and enjoy it. And that's why I like my job.
Sometimes the colors of fall don't just come in the form of leaves, they also come in the form of wings. Take a look.
Cooler temperatures mean many humans and other creatures will trek south to warmer weather. That includes the monarch butterfly. And Northeast Florida is lucky enough to be on the insects list of stopping places on its 2,500-mile trip to Mexico.
It's a very exciting time of year. It's an exciting time of year for lots of things, but monarch butterflies in particular. You know, the monarchs are moving now, they're moving south now through this area, and if you've never seen a monarch butterfly, you definitely have a great opportunity with our park system to see monarchs at this time of year.
Monarchs are the only insect that travels such a distance to migrate to a warmer climate each year.
Monarch is a very conspicuous butterfly. It's large, orange and black. It's one of the more studied butterflies, and they migrate in successive generations across the U.S. And that one generation will work its way all the way from far north all the way to south.
Jacksonville offers an ideal spot to see the butterflies on their way south.
That generation of butterflies coming back, they're not laying eggs, so they're looking for a food source. So they're looking for a place where there are native wildflowers growing or planted wildflowers growing. I believe that Florida, with our park system and areas around town, parks around town, Tree Hill Nature Center, and specifically, we have lots of flowers, lots of milkweed, things like that. So if you do have a migrating butterfly that's moving this way, this is definitely going to be on their stop, and if you want to come and view those butterflies, this is a great place and a great time to do it.
For more information on monarch butterflies, visit Tree Hill Nature Center's website at treehill.org.
Well, that's it for this edition of Jptv. We want you to stay connected with us. Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube, Google+, and Instagram. There's also jacksparks.com and jacksparkstv.com. We'll see you back here next time, and until then, we'll see you in the parks.